Hey Audrey, you got a minute? I need to talk to you about the present you got for Maria. Hi Kayla, did the package arrive in good shape? I hope the post office didn't damage it. Be sure to tell Maria congratulations from me. I'm so happy for her landing that big job. Oh, by the way, the watch is adjustable, so that should be fine, but if the pantsuit doesn't fit, I can get it tailored. Is this really all you got for her? I'm sorry? I mean, what use does she have for a cheap suit and ugly watch? She'd be the laughingstock. What were you thinking getting her this trash? Seriously, Audrey. She deserves way better than whatever brand these are. I would have told you not to send her a gift at all if I knew this is what you were gonna get her. Hey, come on, Kayla. That's going a bit too far. And besides, if she showed up on the first day wearing a fancy designer suit and an expensive watch, her new colleagues might think she was shallow and vain. Besides, the suit is a good color for her, and the watch matches the necklace I got her a few years ago. Who cares about brands? You know how big the company she got hired at is, right? Everyone cares about brands. Actually, I don't think you ever told me. What company did she get hired at? There's no way I'm telling you that. It's one of the biggest companies in the state. If you need to ask, it's beyond your pay grade. Kayla, is this you talking or Maria talking? Did she actually tell you what she thought of the gifts? Of course she did! She's just like me. She actually has a sense for high fashion, unlike a certain someone else in the family. You want to know what she said in her words? What kind of cheapskate buys someone a ragged, ugly suit and junk watch like this as a gift? Tell her to spend at least $10,000 on my gift, and then we'll talk. Kayla, listen to me. I'm only saying this because I love both you and Maria, and I'm really concerned for her. Are you sure she'll be okay setting off into the real world like this? Excuse me? If that's really what she said to you, in her own words, then it seems like she has an enormous problem with her value system. You're just jealous! Just because your professional career was a complete failure and you're still working a mid-level job at your age doesn't mean that my Maria is as much of an unmotivated loser as you are. Like I said, Kayla, I'm only asking this because I'm genuinely concerned for her. Oh yeah? Well, you don't need to be. Worry about your own life, Audrey. Hey John, sorry to bother you while you're on a business trip. Do you have a minute?
Sure, Audrey, what's up?
I need to vent.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, babe. Tell me what's on your mind.
Thanks. So, it's about Maria. You know Maria, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, your niece, right? Kayla's daughter?
That's her. I heard Maria landed a good job at a big company, so I bought her a suit and watch that she could wear to work as a present.
Holy cow, Maria's already graduated from college? Man, time flies.
For real. But anyway, according to what Kayla told me in a text earlier today, Maria said they're cheap and ugly. She's never going to wear them, and that I should have bought her more expensive brand products.
No way.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe too, but that's what Kayla told me this afternoon.
Man, don't they know the expression, don't look a gift horse in the mouth? Good grief.
To be honest, this isn't the first time the two of them have acted like this with me.
Seriously?
Yep. Kayla thinks that I'm a professional failure and that I work at a mid-level job for chicken feed. And, I mean, she's completely wrong about that and has no idea what she's talking about. But that attitude of hers seems to have rubbed off on her daughter. She started laying into me about that right after she got done insulting my present. She said that I was just jealous that Maria got a good job while I'm nothing but a loser.
Man, that's nuts! What company hired her anyway?
She wouldn't tell me. She said it was a secret.
What? She goes around bragging about Maria getting hired by some big company and won't even tell you what it is? What?
Yep, it's how she's always been. She's strategically secretive. She only tells people just enough to keep their attention and curiosity focused on her.
What a way to live! I can't imagine she has many quality friends with a personality like that. Now that I think about it, it's been years since I've seen Maria. I can't remember the last time I saw her.
Yeah, it's been a while. She's always going out with her friends, so she never comes to family events.
Oh, I remember now. I'm pretty sure I saw her at a family event about 10 years ago, so that would put her in middle school, I think. I probably wouldn't even recognize her if I saw her, to be honest.
I haven't shown you any pictures of her recently, have I? I'm pretty sure my mom sent me some pictures with Kayla and Maria together in them the other day. Let me look through my phone to see if I can find any. I'll be just a second. That's Kayla in the blue blouse, and Maria on the right.
Huh? Wait a second.
What is it, John?
This might sound kind of weird, but I think I actually have seen her recently.
Whoa, really? Where at?
She was in the group of applicants waiting for their interviews at my company earlier this spring. I saw her name on the resume and thought it was a strange coincidence that she had the same name as your niece. But the address was in a completely different city than where I remember you telling me they lived, so I didn't think much of it. Yep, I'm 100% sure of it. That girl in the picture is definitely the same girl that I met during the interviews.
Whoa, that's crazy. I bet you didn't recognize the address because she moved out of her house and into an apartment building closer to her college campus.
Yeah, duh, she went to college, didn't she? Oh boy, this could be a bit of a problem.
Why is that?
Things still aren't finalized over at my company, so I'll go and ask the head of HR about a few things and let you know what I find out later.
Audrey? Answer me, Audrey. You've got some explaining to do. Tell me what you did right now. Huh? I knew you were jealous of Maria, but I never thought that even someone as bitter as you could go and do a thing like this. Kayla, I have no idea what you're talking about. So could you calm down and tell me what on earth is going on? Maria got a call back from the company that hired her today. They said they're rescinding the offer for the position. They're going with a different applicant. Wait, for real? She just called me and told me, weeping her eyes out. That poor little thing. She doesn't deserve this. Hold on a second, Kayla. I'm gonna go check with someone who's more familiar with the situation than me. What? What do you mean?
Yes. Hi there, Kayla. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, hasn't it? It's John, Audrey's husband.
John? I had no idea you had my number.
Yeah, it's been a while since you gave it to me. It's unsurprising that you forgot about it.
Oh, well, anyway. So, do you know something about what happened with Maria? She told me the company rescinded their job offer to her.
Yes, actually, I'm the president of the company that she applied to.
You are?
I still can't believe that I didn't even recognize my own niece. I had no idea it was Maria who had applied until Audrey showed me her picture the other day. The last time I'd seen her, she was still in middle school. And since the address on the resume wasn't what I remembered yours to be, I thought that her having the same name was just a crazy coincidence. Although, I suppose it's kind of unusual that she wouldn't recognize me. I haven't really changed all that much in the last several years. Well, besides gaining a few pounds. but that's beside the point.
What? It's completely beside the point. Did you actually use your position to rescind Maria's job offer just to get revenge on me for what I said to Audrey? That's despicable! How could you? No, it's worse than despicable. That's abuse of authority. I'm gonna sue you.
Well, I was quite upset by the way you spoke to my wife, and I'm not quite over that yet. But the truth is that Maria's offer was rescinded for a completely unrelated reason.
Okay, well then why? You'd better have a good explanation.
Didn't Maria tell you what happened herself? The HR rep who called her and informed her should have explained the reason to her. There's no way she didn't know. We discovered that Maria had falsified her resume.
She did what?
Our company was hiring college graduates only, and on her resume, Maria stated that she will be graduating from a university this spring. However, we discovered that she was actually a few credits short of graduating and would have to take a class this summer to make up for it. So she would not actually have received her degree by the time the job was slated to start. And since she was aware of this when she submitted her resume, we had no choice but to remove her from the candidate pool and go with another applicant.
Wait, she was a few credits short? She never told me that. And she's taking summer classes?
Worse, we discovered that the preliminary transcript she had submitted was a forgery, which showed her as already having taken the courses she was scheduled to take this summer. And I'd like to think I don't need to tell you this, but kind of forgery is a crime. Oh, in addition to rescinding her employment offer, I'd also like to inform you that we are considering filing criminal charges against her for the forgery.
You can't be serious.
I am serious.
Can't you do anything about this? I mean, you're the company president and she's your niece. You couldn't throw your niece out to the curb, could you?
Well, I would like to, but you just told me a short time ago that using my position to favor my niece would be abuse of authority, correct?
Well, yeah, I did, but can't you make an exception in this one case?
And what reason would I possibly have to make an exception for you?
To help out Maria? I mean, think of the situation she's in now.
The situation she's in now is entirely of her own doing. I've said all I have to say for now, so I'll take my leave. Enjoy your evening.
Audrey, you've got to do something. Oh boy. What's wrong now, Kayla? It's Maria. She's been arrested. What? She was? What for? What happened, Kayla? When I talked to Maria about her not being able to graduate on time, she said she was only missing one class. And, well, what sort of university makes a girl delay her graduation for just one stupid class? That's ridiculous, isn't it? So she was already frustrated, and when she had her job offer rescinded on top of that, she kind of went crazy. Just a little bit. She went over to John's company this morning to confront him about the whole situation. Oh no, I have a feeling that didn't go over well. The receptionist told her she wasn't allowed on the premises and to leave immediately. But Maria said that she wasn't going to leave until she was allowed to speak to John, and sat on the floor right in front of the receptionist desk. So they said they were going to call the police. And when the police came and told her to leave, she refused. And then, when they tried to arrest her, she struggled a bit. Struggled? I'm pretty sure that's just called resisting arrest. What did they expect her to do when they tried to put handcuffs on her? No one likes to be handcuffed. Kayla, I know you're worried about Maria, but you need to calm down and think rationally about all this. Calm down? Don't tell me to calm down. I can't be calm at a time like this. And besides, all of this is John's fault. If he hadn't rescinded Maria's job offer, then none of this would have ever happened. She'd be working at a good company for a good salary, and everyone would be happy. No. This is all Maria's fault for falsifying her resume and forging those transcripts. That's not just immoral, Kayla, that's illegal. Yeah, so? The only reason the company even knew about that was because John had them look into her history. He should have just minded his own business and let her join the company. But no, he had to go sticking his nose where it didn't concern him. Sorry, Kayla, wrong again. She was going to get caught sooner or later. That's not the sort of thing you can hide forever. Not to mention, the longer it took for them to find out, the bigger a deal it would have become. So it's honestly for the best that she got caught this early on. Also, John didn't even know that Maria was one of the applicants until after they started their investigation into her history. So you can't blame this on his personal vendetta against you or anything. Maria has no one to blame but herself for what happened. But it's not her fault. She didn't deserve any of this. Good grief, Kayla. How long are you going to treat Maria like she's a kid? You're being way too easy on her. Every single time she gets into trouble, you swoop in to defend her, telling her it's not her fault and placing the blame on someone else. And that's the precise reason why she's become so shallow and arrogant, refusing to admit any of her faults. Really, this is all due to how you raised her, Kayla. That's not true. Maria's a beautiful, intelligent woman, just like me. Your lack of self-awareness aside, you're old enough to know that even a beautiful, intelligent woman won't get anywhere in life unless she has a strong sense of personal responsibility. This will be a good opportunity for Maria to find out how society really works. You can't get by with just a pretty face. There are rules to follow, manners, ethics. She needs to learn about all that stuff. And as for you, Kayla, this should also be a good opportunity for you to consider how your responsibility as Maria's mother and to give some good thought to where precisely in your parenting you went wrong and how to help fix it. Don't throw all this on me, Audrey. What about you? This is your niece we're talking about. Don't you feel sorry for her in the slightest? Don't you love your own niece? If you had a heart, you'd be doing all you could to help her out right now. Like getting John's company to drop the charges. Were you paying attention just now? I do want to help her. The problem is that you and I don't see eye to eye on what specific sort of help Maria needs. And until you can understand that, there's nothing I could do or say that would get through to Maria, or you. So no, Kayla, I'm not going to give her the sort of help you want me to give her. Audrey, you can't do this! I'm your sister! She's your niece! I've had more than enough interaction with you for a while. Don't contact me anymore after this. If I ever feel like talking to you again, I'll let you know. John's company pressed charges, and Maria was found guilty of forgery, fraud, and finally resisting arrest. Having found out about all of this, Maria's college expelled her. It's crazy that she went this far over having to take one little class. Kayla tried complaining to her husband, demanding that he talk to John and me to get us to help Maria out in some way. But he apparently had no intention of doing anything of the sort. Quite the contrary. He told her that very day that he was divorcing her. Maria's trouble with the law had started to have a serious negative impact on his work, and his company told him that if he didn't take care of it, then they would fire him. And, well, he took care of it. I kept my word to Kayla, and I haven't spoken to her ever since I sent that last message. When I talked to my parents about what had happened, they were utterly disgusted and cut Kayla off too. And that's the story of how my sister Kayla and her daughter Maria ended up destroying their lives. With the kind of criminal record Maria earned for herself, she's going to have a seriously hard time landing any employment at all, much less a job at a good company like John's. To make up for that, Kayla's now working a double shift every day from Monday to Friday in order to make ends meet. Sucks for her, but she brought this on herself.
Hey babe, are you all ready for our date night tonight?
Evelyn, I'm so sorry. I meant to tell you, but I've been asked to go on a business trip last minute. It's with a really important potential client for the company, and my boss really wants me to go and make a good impression. I wouldn't have said yes, but this could be a huge deal. If I get this right, I might even end up getting a promotion.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's great that you might get promoted. You should definitely focus on that. We can always have a date night on a different night.
Thanks, babe. I need you to understand.
So, when do you leave? Also, where are you going? Is this like a really long business trip overseas or something nearby?
I actually need to leave within the next couple of hours. Yeah, I need to come and get my bag packed with all the essentials. It's not overseas, but it's a bit of a drive away. It's at a golf resort, which is going to be incredibly boring. You know I hate golf, but if it's what needs to be done to get this client, then so be it.
Just try not to let go of your club when you swing it this time. Although I'm still impressed by how far it went. It might have been a new record.
I was hoping you'd forgotten about that incident.
Never, lol. Anyway, don't worry about your bag. I'll pack it for you. Maybe we can have a quick lunch together or something before you go then?
Yeah, that would be nice. Thanks, babe. I'll see you soon.
I love you.
Same. Hey, Evelyn, are you awake?
Carter? It's almost midnight. What's wrong?
I've, been in a little bit of an accident.
Accident? What kind of accident? Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
I'm not too bad, just a few scrapes and bruises.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, but the car is kind of totaled.
What? How?
It's a bit of a long story. We were out at a bar and had a few drinks, and I may have crashed into a lamppost in order to avoid hitting a deer on the way back to the hotel.
You were drinking and driving?
Yeah, I know. It was stupid.
Very stupid. You're lucky you weren't hurt worse.
I know. Anyway, I was wondering if you could come and pick me up.
What about your client?
Oh, she's getting a different lift.
She?
Sorry, autocorrect. I meant he.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I can come and get you. Are you sure you don't need to go to the hospital?
Oh, I'll be fine. Just some rest and care from you will help.
Okay, I'll be there soon. Where are you exactly?
Oh, I'll send you my Google Maps location.
Okay. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Hey, Evelyn, did you hear what happened to that Bethany girl? I'm pretty sure you've met her before. She works with her husband.
Oh, hey, Blake. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember her. What happened?
Well, apparently she got into a really bad car crash.
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently the guy she was with swerved to avoid hitting a deer and they crashed into a lamppost.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure. Scott just told me she'd called him in hysterics, asking for a lift back home.
Where was she when it happened?
Apparently she was on some weekend getaway with some guy she's been seeing, and they'd gone to a really fancy new spa resort a couple hours away. Obviously they'd gone out for a meal or something and drank a bit too much, and the guy crashed. The car's totaled.
How long has Bethany been seeing this guy?
I'm not sure. She might have mentioned something last time Scott and I saw her. Maybe around 6 months or so? How come?
Because I think the guy she's seeing is my husband.
What?
I just received a call from him asking me to pick him up because he's been in a car accident. He avoided a deer.
God, I'm so sorry, Eve. Is there anything I can do?
It's not your fault. I'll be okay. Well, I will be after I've dealt with the cheating jerk.
I'm here for you, girl. If you need a shoulder to cry on or shoulders, you're more than welcome to come to mine. Tell Scott and I make good listeners.
Thank you, Blake. You're a true friend. Cart, you there?
Evie, are you on your way? It's kind of cold out here and there's not really anywhere around to go and sit and get warm.
I was just about to set off. Although before I do, I just wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, sure, anything.
You know Bethany?
My coworker?
Yeah. Well, I just heard the strangest thing about her.
Oh, what's that then?
Apparently, she just called up Scott in hysterics and asked him for a lift home. But the funny thing is that she was so upset because she'd just been in a car crash.
Oh, wow, that is a coincidence.
Yeah, the guy who was driving apparently swerved to avoid a deer, just like you did.
Evie.
Don't Evie me. How could you do this to me? I thought you loved me. We're married, for God's sake.
Look, just calm down. I can explain.
You can explain how long you've been cheating on me for.
Evelyn, I don't think we should get into this over text right now. Just come and pick me up and we can talk later.
We can talk now. How long has it been going on?
We've been seeing each other for 6 months now. Happy?
Happy? Of course I'm not happy. My husband has been cheating on me with his coworker for half a year. I mean, you couldn't even make it original, could you? It couldn't have been some high-flying, enigmatic woman. It just had to be your boring coworker.
Seriously? You're upset because she's my coworker?
No, I'm upset because my husband is a cheating liar.
Well, I mean, you can't really have expected this not to happen.
What do you mean?
Well, let's face it, you've not exactly been the best wife lately, have you?
How haven't I?
You'd never want to be with me anymore. We haven't been intimate for like months now. I have needs, Evie, and Bethany was happy to help whilst you weren't. If anything, you're the one who's gotten us into this mess. If you'd just been a good wife, I wouldn't have had to go looking for someone else.
Oh my god, I can't believe that you're actually trying to blame me for your cheating. And for your information, I'm the one who has been trying to help us reconnect. I knew that the spark between us had fizzled a little, and I was trying to come up with ways to spark it up again. You're the one who always brushes me off with business meetings and work excuses. Now I know what was actually going on.
Whatever, Evelyn. You're not gonna make me feel guilty over this. I did what I had to when you weren't willing to be the wife I deserve.
I can't believe you right now. You know what? I'm glad this has all come to light. At least I can stop wasting my time on such a deplorable human being and start looking for someone way better.
What do you mean?
What does it sound like I mean? I'm leaving you, Carter.
What? You can't do that.
Why not? Did you really think that I would stick around after finding out that what you've done? How you've treated me? Well, think again. I'm not an idiot, and I know I deserve someone much better. Someone who won't cheat on me when things get a little rough in the relationship.
But
I mean, you haven't even told me that you love me for months, and now I know why. By the time you get back, I'll have moved my stuff out. I suggest you do the same, because I'm going to want to sell the house.
hang on, Evelyn. Let's not act too hastily.
Too late. You've already done that and ruined everything. I'll be getting in touch with some lawyers tomorrow, and I'll be sending you some divorce papers. The house is in both of our names, so you can either pay me my half, or we'll sell it.
You can't just decide that. Look, just come and pick me up and we'll sort everything out. It'll all be okay and we can get back to being together and happy. We can start again and just focus on each other, okay? I promise.
Just like you promised to be faithful to me in your wedding vows? Look, there's nothing to fix here, Carter. You've made sure of that. Oh, and if you think that I'm coming to pick you up now, you're sadly mistaken.
You can't just leave me out here.
You can call for a cab. Or a walk might give you time to think about everything you've done. But I'm not about to come running to save the man who just broke my heart. Sorry, Carter, but you're on your own from now on. Goodbye.
Evie, wait, I'm sorry.
True to my word, I let Carter make his own way home. But by the time he got back to the house, I had already moved some of my stuff out and was back at my parents' home. It was tough going for a while. I was saddened by what had happened. I had truly loved him. However, after a little bit of time, I was able to start moving on with my life. I began to go on some dates, and I'm currently in a semi-serious relationship with a really great guy. As for Carter, he tried to get me back, but I simply couldn't trust him anymore and told him no. Bethany also left him after she found a new and richer man to cling to. Carter, left with no one but himself, ended up quitting his job and moving. I hope that one day he finds someone whom he loves enough to be faithful to. Whilst he might have broken my heart, he was still my husband, and I want him to be as happy as I am now with my new partner.